Abdul Rahman. I'm a lecturer in a public university in Kenya. I deliver lectures in computing and informatics. In our last lesson, we discussed introduction to predefined string functions, and basically we talked about that there are not less than 20 types of predefined string functions. However, the common functions basically were the string length, there was string copy, string compare, and string concatenate. Today we are going to take one of those particular four and ask ourselves what is a string length function, and into that particular journey we are going to define what is a string length function, have a syntax, and also implement it. So let's start onto that particular note and see actually what it is a string length function. So actually a string length function, it is actually defined by the string.h file, and this string.h file is the one which actually carries all the 20 plus string functions, and also the string length function calculates the length. So it calculates the length of a given string. So if you have got a particular string and you actually apply this particular function, then it will return the length of each and every character in that particular string. So also we should understand that it only accepts one argument. So it accepts only one argument, so it cannot accept more than two arguments, and the return data type basically it is actually the length. So the return data type, it is what you call unsigned int, or basically is what we call the size t. So and actually returns up a particular length. So basically that's how it does. But however, it does, we know that a string has to be terminated by a null value, and though all the strings this is the null value, so does not actually count the null value. For example, if we have here a string called Abdul, so if this is a string called Abdul, this particular string here will be terminated and have a null value. So the length of the string actually it will come up from here until here. So the length of this particular string actually will be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not 6. The null value, it won't actually count. So that's one now takes us to the syntax. The syntax basically it takes up the int value, or alias what you call up the size t, and then here we have the string ln, and inside here it takes up a constant and then a character pointer, and then we'll have up our str string here. So basically the str, it actually takes up the string whose length we want to find, so the string length, and then the int, it is the return data type, whereby the string length itself actually accept argument, a single argument. It accepts single argument in terms of character pointer. So, and also we should understand that the length of the string will be determined by the null value, which basically it is what we have a symbol, that particular one. So that will give us the syntax of basically the string length function. So let's see how actually we can implement in dev C++. Basically, we are going to do what? We are going to get up we are going to get up a particular string from a user and ask them what is their favorite food. So basically, we are going to ask up a user what is their favorite food. After getting up their favorite food, we are going to use up the get method to capture, because you know that the scan and the get method, scan method will only take up one word, while the get method will take up multiple words. So we want to ask them what is their favorite food, and maybe say large chicken pizza. So these are actually 3 words. So if you use up a scanf, we'll only get up large chicken pizza would be out of it. It won't actually take. And for you to understand the difference between the get and the scan function, kindly just watch our previous videos and you will understand what we mean onto that. And then basically we are going to use what you call the string length, the string length function, to return the length of this particular character. So it return up the length of this particular character. So basically we want to return the length of this particular character. So this is the length we want to return. So we are going to return that particular length. And then afterwards, basically we are just going to use up the printf to print up our results. So our result, if we have entered, basically we want large chicken pizza. So our result will give us the large chicken pizza and also return the length of that particular statement which you have answered. So let's go to dev C++ and see how actually we can implement. So in our dev C++ here, we might need what you call an integer called length, and this particular integer called length is going to actually hold on or pass on onto our string length function. And then we have to have another variable called food, and this particular variable called food basically will hold maybe around 50 characters. That will be the size of it. And then we are going to ask the user, that is printf, to enter their favorite food. So we are asking the user enter your favorite food. So basically all the statement must be terminated, and also our statement is actually terminated. And then we're using up get. When they enter, we're using up get to get up our food. So we're getting up our food there, and we terminate. As you can see, the get method does not need up a format specifier onto it. Neither does it need, at the end of the day, the ampersand to take up, as opposed to the scanf. And then we have our length here. So our length now, our length basically we are passing on into our length our string length function, and we are passing up our food there. So that particular food, whatever we are going to enter, is going to get up the length of that particular statement. And then basically we are printing f. What are we printing up? We are telling up a user whatever you have entered. So we are saying up your favorite food is, so we know that as opposed to puts, printf takes up a format specifier. So here we are taking up a format specifier, %s has, so the how many characters. So we are talking about actually the string length, and we have seen the string length is of data type integer or the size t. So we have to put up a %d for integer. For integer, has that how many, has that characters in it. So after that, we know that as opposed to put, it has it takes up a variable. So our variable, it is food, and another variable, it is actually length. And here finally we terminate. So we terminate our program. So basically this is our program, and when we run this particular program, we are going to be prompted to enter our favorite food. After entering our favorite food, actually it is captured, or it is using up the get method, and then we are capturing that particular one, changing, actually putting it up in the string length to get up the length of the character, and after that we are outputting it to the user. So let's run this particular program and see what happens onto it. So here we are saying get actually should be gets with an s, so gets food, and that was an error onto that. So let's run it back again. Yes, we have run our program, we have seen this is our program, and actually it tells us enter your favorite food. So as we have promised earlier, we are saying we are going to enter our favorite food as large chicken pizza. So these are 3 words, and they are going to be captured by the gets method. So when we enter, yes, we are finding out that our output, your favorite food is large chicken pizza, has got 19 characters onto it. So that is the demonstration of using up the string length functions, and that actually makes us the end of this particular session. Into our next session, basically we are going to take up the next of the 4 common use function, and that is the string copy. So thank you for listening, and however, don't forget to subscribe into our next videos. Bye.